was your discussion about history? I hope that you learned from some of the ideas that your classmates shared and maybe refined what your definition of history is. And now that we have this working definition and this idea of what history really is, I growled there, let's ask this question. You ready? Now that we know what history is, does everything have a history? Is everything history? Dun, dun, dun. Example. Is this history? Get my hair out of the way there. What does it say? What does it represent? It's certainly a history for me. Anybody that knows me would absolutely say, yes, that is definitely history. Okay, what about this sign that is totally backwards? I cannot live without books. That signature, Thomas Jefferson. That might put it into more historic context for you. But is that history? Sure is. Sure is. And let me tell you why that's particular history to me. That is a particular history to me because I went to Monticello on my honeymoon. I am that big of a history nerd, okay? So that was one of the souvenirs that I brought back. This mug, okay? While, yes, it comes from the very first Starbucks store that is historic in and of itself, this is actually made in my hometown where I'm from, East Liverpool, Ohio. Starbucks hired a pottery there because it was about to go under. It was about to go out of business. And so they hired that pottery to make those particular mugs. And when somebody I went to high school with was in Seattle, they picked one up for me because I couldn't find them anywhere. And I was super sad. Okay, so yeah, it has a personal history to me. Is this significant beyond me? That's what we're gonna talk about. So I want you to look around where you are, maybe in your room, around your house, talk to some family members, find something, an object that has a personal history to you, okay? And then what I want you to do is you will either, I should have marked this page, I didn't, shame on me. Okay, I will put a prompt on Flipgrid for you so you can make a Flipgrid video if you want of you talking about and explaining why that object has history, okay? Or there's a couple other things you can do and I will post that in the discussion, but while I got you here, I might as well tell you, okay? You can just write a story that describes the history of that. You can draw a set of pictures that gives the history of that object. Maybe it is your baseball mitt. Maybe it is a stuffed animal that you've had since you were a baby. Maybe it's your favorite pair of shoes. You know who you are. Write a short play or a monologue about your object. You can even write a narrative, a first person story from the point of view of your object. Maybe you are Ms. Powell's coffee mug and you write a story about how you came to be. Okay, I am going to post that in the discussion underneath. So your role, your job, your duty, your assignment, okay? Find the object. Do this activity. Is it, whichever it is, you're gonna like record a little video talking about it. You are going to do an audio of you talking about it. Whatever you want. I'm gonna post some options there for you. Okay, post it, and then you have to ask some clarifying questions of other people's posts. Okay, so if I post about this coffee mug, you're gonna ask me some more questions about it so that you can understand the context and the history of it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, hey, message me. If not, you'll see me tomorrow during my office hours. You can ask some clarifying questions of me if you don't understand the assignment. Okay, so one object. do something to explain its history, and then as you are looking at your classmates' objects and the history of their objects, ask some clarifying questions, okay? Because that's what historians do. They try to clarify and put these objects, these artifacts, these primary sources, these documents into some sort of context, okay? So that is your first role as a historian. Look at an object and find its context, okay? Great. Good luck.